Hello everybody, and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we're on part 32 of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Part 7 of Spyro Year of the Dragon. We are back. I think some of these birds didn't save or something. We'll see what's going on. I made sure to get... because I had to redo the level just for continuity's sake, but I think there was a bird that I didn't get last time, so I just want to make sure I didn't skip ahead. Hi Puppet Pig, how are you? That bird's done. So I was thinking of doing so I've been on vacation. I was away with friends at Airbnb, so that's why it's been 2 weeks. But I was thinking of trying to at least get a stream off before today, in anticipation of what might happen on the anniversary of the 26th anniversary of Crash. But then I was like, you know what? This has been a full year since they even announced, since their last Toys for Bob put out that video. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna give in to the teasing. I'm not gonna give in. I know it's like you either announce it or don't at this point. So I was like, I'm not gonna try to anticipate anything, because at this point it's too little too late. They need to, and honestly I feel bad because I don't even know if it's Toys for Bob's fault. I feel like this is definitely a sign now that Activision, of Activision's effect on the studio. You know, them putting Toys for Bob being put on Call of Duty support. The whole Microsoft acquisition, or Microsoft acquiring Activision, COVID, and everything. I feel like I feel like I'm beating a tired drum at this point, even talking about it. It's very clear that Activision, the deal with Activision, and everything that's been going on with Activision has caused a significant dent in the progress of any of these games coming out, and it's sad. Yeah, it's bad. I think I didn't go here. Oh no, I did go there last time. Oh no. Okay, let's try. I think this bird I need to get though. Yeah, other than that, I wasn't gonna I wasn't gonna make a big deal. I knew it. I knew there was a gem I didn't get yet. All right. Toys for Bob put out that tweet. There didn't seem to be any other teases either, unless I'm missing something. I was trying to look at Crash's fur. Maybe there's a debut in there for Wumpa League, but it's just you know what? I'm not. At that point, it's just too much of a stretch. Yeah, it's too long. And honestly, it's kind of embarrassing when they said in their video last year, one whole year ago, that they're gonna see more of us, or that we'll see more of them soon. If a year isn't within soon's parameters, then I don't know what is. I just think that's kind of it. It shows that there's a lot of drama going on behind the scenes with this game. And honestly, I'm not even sure what am I supposed to be excited about. I don't even know what Wumpa League is. And with the way that the direction a lot of games are going these days, with live service games and all that, and free to play, I'm not even sure if this is going to be a game for all I know, this is a game I might not even like at all. I always like the Crash IP and all that. And I'm up for a multiplayer game, but I honestly prefer an installment that's kind of self-contained, like Spyro or Crash 4 or Tony Hawk. We'll see more of you very soon. Yeah, I know, it's not good. It's a bad look, and it's kind of tone deaf for them to just be like, oh yeah, we celebrate 26 years or whatever, and that's it. I know, like, a lot of people were tweeting at them, and, like, honestly, if I was a developer and it was out of my control whether this game can be even teased or not, I'd be a little frustrated if I had, like, fans kind of just, like, you know, poking and prodding me every chance they get, but I don't blame the fans at the same time, you know? Alright, let's go down here first. No matter what, it's Crash, so I'm gonna... Yeah, you know what? That's the thing. I know I'm gonna like it no matter what, but I'm not gonna get excited about something I don't have any idea what it even is yet. Like CTR, I had a reason to be excited for, like the Nitro Fueled or whatever, because I knew what that was. I knew what that could be. A CTR remaster or remake. I knew what an Insane Trilogy or a Reignited Trilogy could be. Crash 4 was something I didn't anticipate, and I'm glad... I guess in a way it surprised me more because I didn't anticipate it. So I'm willing to be surprised whenever they're ready to share something. But in the meantime, I'm not going to go crazy. I would like to see another Spyro installment, though, whatever it may be. I'm actually more excited for a Spyro installment than a new Crash one, because at least like with Crash 4, we know that they're in good hands right now. We know the Crash Bandicoot franchise is in good hands, and that the game itself that's been put out has kind of rejuvenated the franchise in a very good way. But with Spyro, a new Spyro game, I don't know what that looks like, and I'm still kind of worried about like the franchise's future. So the second we hear something from Spyro, that's where I'm gonna really be paying attention. Betty. Oh, not gonna make it. In the meantime, I'm still playing God of War Ascension. I picked up a new game that I actually found for a decent price on Amazon for PS1. It's the one PS1 game that I feel like I needed in my collection. I just never had. That's Crash Bash, which I have now beat the main game for. Just me, single player, Scout. And I have 100% right now, but I know that it goes up to 200%. And now I can start to see why it's considered one of the hardest Crash games. I don't think the main stories, like the main story and getting the crystals and the gems, not so hard. I think what's most annoying so far is like the relics going up against like harder difficulty contestants while like winning twice in a row or whatever it is. There we are. But that's like that. I only got 2 relics of so far, 2 gold relics, and I even heard that there's supposed to be platinum relics. I don't even know what the hell that is yet. But honestly, I'm very satisfied with the game itself. I did play it back in the day. I played it with 2 friends. We did 2 playthroughs with. I did 2 playthroughs with 2 different friends, and we beat it back in the day. So I'm looking forward to playing that again with maybe my sister or maybe with a friend. Because I know I don't think she has ever really played Crash Bash. She's always been more of a CTR person. But I think she would like it because she's played Mario Party games and Mario Party clones before, so I think a Crash Bandicoot game would be right up her alley. There's another gem I needed. Oh, there's something. Oh no, that guy's there. The game is literally, it is just luck, you know? I feel like I'm not, it's not me doing it most of the time. But at the same time, the gameplay is addicting. I was playing for hours until my thumbs were like sore. And that's when you know you have a good game on your hands. In terms of just the game itself, you know? Forgot where this. I saw the gems on the side of the cliff, but I forgot what the route is that I have to take. Maybe it's here. No, somewhere in the air I have to go. Oh, maybe this way? Oh, it's there, yeah. I see where to go. But yeah, 200%... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm still trying... I want to get back to Crash 4 again. And start chipping away more at that. But yeah, that's what I've been playing so since our last episode. I was just so glad to get a very good copy of Crash Bash. Like I saw, like with the manual and everything. Like everything's in good condition. The game plays well. Still, like no scratches on the disc or anything. Where do I go? I've been playing God of War 2018. I put the game on easy to enjoy the story. Is this the first time you played it, or are you playing like a second playthrough just to enjoy the story? Because I remember when I played it on normal. I never put it on hard because you didn't need like a difficulty setting for the platinum trophy, like a harder difficulty setting. But yeah, that's cool if you're doing it on easy. I feel like if I was to do it again, I'd still play it on normal, but maybe just not go for the side quest as much. Just to, like, enjoy the story for the main story. Oh, there it is. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, it's your first playthrough. That's cool. Oh, get in there. There we are. Yeah, I'm meaning to play God of War again, because I feel like I need somewhat of a recap before I get into Ragnarok again. Yeah, we got this. I think everything's done in this area, so... Let's go back. How do I, like, go back? Is there, like, a portal over here? Yeah, portal's right here, I think. My guy, protect Nancy. Okay. Yeah, and other than that, I'm looking forward to Ragnarok when it comes out in November, and I should be getting Stray at the end of this month for the physical edition. So I'm very excited about that. I'm hoping to. I think I just want to beat God of War Ascension. On the normal difficulty that I have so far before I start any new games, but that should be soon. Now I got this rocket last time. They keep respawning it. I did get that. Okay, I got that last time. Trying to figure out where. I know I have to get Nancy, but I think there's some gems around the main area that I still need to get. I think in this area. Let's see. That's good. There was another area that... I don't know. For now, let's go to Nancy. Yes, sure. It's only money.
I always knew you were a cultured sort of dragon. Well, step right in. The show's about to start. I have to hurry in myself. I'm one of the judges for tonight's performance.
He's definitely been paid off as a judge.
I have to.
Do you own all the Crash games? No, I don't. I have all the Naughty Dog games, which is, you know, Crash 1 through 3 and Team Racing. Now I have Crash Bash, I have Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, and then Crash Nitro Kart, and that is it until the Insane Trilogy and Nitro Fueled and Crash 4. Alright, let's see what you got to say.
Tonight is my big ice dance performance, and these hockey players are ruining it. Every time I start my routine, they come in and smack me with their sticks. Oh, I sure wish I had a partner. Someone courageous, strong, handsome, and purple, who breathes fire.
I think she's talking about Barney.
Will you please help me perform my ice dance? These mean Rhinoc hockey players keep hogging the ice, and all I want to do is dance.
Rhinox, alright. I mean, if I was a hockey player and I needed to get some practice done, and you were just like hogging the ice, the whole rink to yourself, I kind of don't blame him. Protect the ice. What happens if I say no?
That's okay. I don't mind getting beaten to a pulp over and over by a bunch of vicious hockey players. I'm sure you have more important things to do anyway.
See, see, I would have. I feel like I would get the GBA, the Game Boy Advance games or whatever, if I had that platform, if I had access to it. Because they do, like, especially the Vicarious Visions ones, they do play very similar to, like, the old classic Crash games. And Twin Sanity is a game that I kind of slept on. I feel like I should have,
Will you please help me perform my ice dance? These mean Rhinoc hockey players.
I feel like I missed out on it.
And all I want to do is dance.
I think at the time I was kind of turned off by, like, the humor, like, the kind of kooky humor that it had, compared to me really loving the dark, more like Clancy Brownish type of Cortex and like the darker tones of the old Crash games. But Twin Sanity, like now that like you know Nitro, like a lot of like the more modern games have kind of like softened me into appreciating kind of like the entire scope of what the Crash Bandicoot universe has to offer. So I feel like Twin Sanity would be a game. Yeah, I never played it. It would be a game that I would enjoy. It definitely is different. It's an open world. I always heard that it was kind of buggy in spots or not finished, kind of short. But I don't know. Maybe it's a game I'll pick up for PS2 if I can find a good price.
Thanks. Let's go.
All right, let's help out old Nancy. What? Oh, hell no. I played all of them. Wow, you played all of them? See, like, Mind Over Mutant and Crash of the Titans, I feel like that's a little step too... It's a step too far for me. Like, it just doesn't feel like Crash at all to me, both in gameplay and design. But what do I know? I also never played Tag Team Racing either. Aw, you bastard.
That's okay. It didn't hurt as much as it looked. Let's try again.
That's what they all say, Nancy.
Thanks. Let's go.
But I mean, I think I've played, like, I played a decent amount, I'd say. Like, I still have a soft spot for Wrath of Cortex, even though I know a lot of people don't like that game. Because even though it was like a Crash Warped rehash, in a way, it's still, there's still stuff to it that are kind of unique, that I think. And at least it was staying as close as possible to the original design. Whoa, you bastard.
That's okay. It didn't hurt as... Thanks. Let's go.
It hurt me. It hurts me to see you hurt. I've definitely played more Crash games than I've played Spyro games. I think, like, even though Crash had its downfall like Spyro did, it at least maintained itself a little bit better. I should really, like, control my own camera. I think that's what my problem was. I was relying too much on the fixed cameras. I should just use my own. Here we are. Oh my god, this keeps going. I think I'm good, right? Roses? Nice.
We did it! That was my best judges didn't like it though. He threw this egg at me instead of a rose. Why don't you have it?
Cerny. Like Matt Cerny.
Maybe you can be my ice dancing partner in the next Olympics.
Alrighty. I love that they stopped sending the hockey players in for like a good 10 seconds before they told us, like, before they kind of confirmed that we completed it. Because it kind of like it was like giving her a chance to, like, the animation of like the dancer to like kind of finish her routine. I kind of like that because it was more about like the little moment of it more than like the gameplay of it or the game of it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we got that. How much are we missing? We're missing. I think there's an island I didn't get to on the first, in the intro part.
I have to hurry in myself.
We know you're already late. All right, let's go back to the. I think the very beginning. I have there's some gems that I might miss. Let's wait for this gondola. I think there's an island I didn't get to, or maybe the gems didn't save. I forget. We'd have to look at the previous episode to see, confirm. I think there's something going on over here. Yeah, there it is. Alrighty, this should be it. There we are. And I got this bird last time, but for some reason they keep respawning him. Let's use the tram back. I brought my PS5 on the trip I went to, so my friends can play. We played Tony Hawk. I showed them like Astrobot's Playroom just so that they can see kind of like the tech demo-ness of the controller, the DualSense. And then and yeah, there's we played some pretty much played that. There were other games, but you know, but I don't want to reveal it yet because there's some games I have not mentioned I got that are in future Game of the Year talk. So yeah, my trip was nice. It was upstate New York, like near the Catskills. Oh, here we go.
Oh, well, shoot. Fiddly-fo, bro!
We should help her. You're kidding, right? She nearly toasted you. Yeah, but she was aiming at you. That's it.
Thanks.
No problem. It's a good thing for you Hunter was around.
I can look after myself.
Oh, sure you can.
Would you like me to show you?
Out of magic, huh? How about I give you a jump start?
I'll deal with you later.
Hey, why'd you have to scare her off?
Nice. That cutscene always freezes whenever I play the PS1 version. I guess my disc is not good anymore in terms of that cutscene, but yeah, looks like Hunter's got a little crush there. So I did Sergeant Bird, and I did ICP. Okay, so let's keep it moving. These cutscenes are so cool. Yeah, I enjoy them.
When you see ladders or walls that look climbable, just jump onto them and you'll grab them with your claws. When you see
Okay. Alright. Let's go to Spooky Swamp. I like this one because they use haikus like in their dialogue like every chance they get. Very memorable. There we go. Oh, I already got a gem without even moving. I think it's a skill point to get these like piranha signs, so we'll get those along our way. I charged you. Alright, there we go.
That guitar was mean. I thought I was a goner. Thanks for saving me.
Excellent.
Beware the water. Snapping jaws of piranha. Claim many victims.
Hehe.
Ah, tea lamps are dark. Perhaps your hot dragon breath could set them aglow.
You can tell that they had a lot of fun doing these haikus, Insomniac. The fact that I have 3 dialogues trees already, like, well, not trees, but, you know, different dialogues. 3 different haikus already. Let's see if there's a 4th. Oh, nothing. Have you seen that Disney Marvel showcase? I did not. I heard it's today, and I heard that, like, The Simpsons had a showcase also. And they kind of did, like, a fake out where they were like, oh, you know, don't you want a Simpsons movie sequel or whatever? And then, like, Homer, like, comes out and he announces, like, the Simpsons cinematic universe, and it's, like, the different phases are come out. But then, like, it gets, like, canceled mid-announcement, like, the whole thing, like... It looked... I saw it on Twitter, it seemed pretty funny. I really wish... It would have been nice, because I know, like, Jeff Keighley was at that that showcase or whatever. It would be cool that if we can get, like, a Simpsons game at one of these showcases. Like, I was actually wondering, I was like, I wonder if a Simpsons game would have got announced at a showcase like this. Or maybe a new Simpsons DVD, because they stopped making the DVDs after season 19. With commentaries, that is. Because I'm a nerd who follows that stuff. Oh, we're at that point in the game when Zoe does not talk to us anymore. She just zaps us. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know where to watch it. I didn't even know where to find it. Was it on YouTube, like on a stream? We got lobsters here. I did hear that the PlayStation Discord kind of like merger, not merger, but this mosquito looks really crazy. What is it? It's like PlayStation Discord functionality is going to be a thing soon, and I'm very much looking forward to that because I have a lot of friends who play on PC, and I very much would like a nice way to talk to them without me having to put Discord on my phone and then put my phone on my shoulder, because that's not ideal when you're trying to like game with your friends. Oh, I didn't know who the enemy was because they were both one was chasing the other. All right, we got a chest with a key again. Got a nice egg over here. It was on YouTube, huh? Okay. Michael! I have a cousin named Michael. Okay. Whoa, taking shots at me already. These enemies are getting me out of nowhere. Or getting me while my guard's down. Here's another piranha sign. Alright, so I suppose I'll start... but you never know, they could remaster Hidden Run. That's true, and there is a guy online, by the way, who has a series of videos where he is actually going into Hidden Run's, like, engine, and he's remastering it himself, but he's not making it public. He's only making it available to be seen on YouTube, and he's doing an excellent job. Like, he puts out, like, different... Like it's like 30-minute to 40-minute videos. He's like, okay, this time I'm going to be working on the assets. This time I'm going to be working on the vehicles. This time I'm going to be working on kind of like the textures. And he's doing like if you like look him up on YouTube, he's doing some awesome work that I hope, because I remember this. It's exactly what happened with the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, was that there was a guy on YouTube that was remaking the levels on his own. And I think that got attention from maybe Activision or like I remember hearing that like the developers saw that and they used that as a reference, as kind of like inspiration of what they can do for their own remake. So I would like to see maybe I guess EA would be in charge, unfortunately, but I would hope to see someone like a real developers that have, you know, funding behind them, and, you know, like especially the license, like, which EA has. I hope they can look at what this guy is doing on YouTube and take some notes, because he's doing like an excellent job right now. Was it the guy that remade Hidden Run in a week? I think it's that guy, but he's been expanding ever since, because I remember when it went viral that he did like that, you know, quote unquote, he did it in a week. But I think that was more just like getting the map ready in a week. But so far, like, he's got like cars and like the AI going and all that. Like, he's got like, he's little by little, he's like getting it going. And it's definitely more impressive than what the Crash Bandicoot like kind of like fan-made remaster was. It's definitely more professional looking. Yeah, hire him. Honestly, he's doing excellent work. I really hope, and I know for a fact that Matt Selman, who's one of the current showrunners of The Simpsons, he would very much like a Simpsons Hidden Run remake, but it's like kind of out of his hands because he's more on the TV production side. I mean, Matt Selman did write Simpsons Hidden Run's story, or he was like one of the main writers for it, so he would definitely have to be involved in some way, I think. But in order to remake it, the writing's already done. So I just hope something happens, or at least something with the Simpsons. Like, the fact that there hasn't been a Simpsons game in like since Tapped Out, which was in 2011, that's not good.
This door is jammed shut. Only the power of gems can hope to move it.
No, your haiku poetry stinks. Hey, he did pretty good for...
Dragon, just cough up those stinking gems, and I can go home.
Honestly, I kind of disagree with Spyro here. I think Moneybags deserves the money this time, because he actually put some work and talent into these poetries. But sure, just shut up.
You've made a wise choice. It will mean more eggs for you, and more gems for me. Best of all, Spyro, I can stop speaking haiku. What a sweet relief.
Oh wow, he actually like wiped the sweat off his brow when he said sweet relief. Like, that, there's actually like animation going on beyond just him standing there. Do you have any more haikus though?
Stop talking to me. I hate speaking in haiku. Just go find some gems.
Or maybe he's under a spell that makes him talk in haikus and he's trapped and he's aware of it. So maybe I shouldn't have given him that money. I don't think he worked on those haikus at all.
Stop talking to.
But yeah, it's that time of the stream where we're going to talk about 2019's Game of the Year. There's honestly two front runners and two. I mean, all these games are good, but there's two that are. There's one that's not definitely not the two within the two front runners, and one that just isn't really eligible in a way. But I guess I'll start with the one that's not eligible, and that is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled 2019. Very important game for that year for me personally. And honestly, between Insane Trilogy and the Reignited Trilogy, Nitro Fueled actually feels like an actual more of an original game than a remake. Like, it is a remake, but you're getting more content than you'd ever did in CTR. You're getting Nitro Kart. You're getting all this Grand Prix content, extra levels, extra modes like. What was it, that ring mode and all that, like, the content in CTR was amazing. Like, it really was like the Smash Ultimate of kart racers. And Spyro's in it. That's probably the last we'll see of Spyro for now. Nitro Fueled is probably the best remake, honestly.
You are brave, Dragon. Much braver than I by far. Here, take this darn egg.
Shiny the Firefly. Thelonious. And there he goes. So much content to unlock. And honestly, see, like, I'm not usually a guy who can keep up with, like, monthly content, but CTR is the one game where I was there in the trenches, getting all those Wumpa coins, going through every Grand Prix. I even donated to veterans to get that, like, special cart. I did not get that Xfinity cart though. That was a load of BS. Where you had to, like, change your, like, internet service provider or something in order to, like, no, that's when you. But I did get all the Sour Patch Gum stuff in order to get those Sour Patch stuff. Like, I was all over every little DLC of that game. I pretty much, like, would complete every Grand Prix within half a month, and then I would spend maybe a week getting more coins, building up more coins in the bank for the next Grand Prix. Yeah, the Xfinity, that's where I drew the line. I was like, you know what? Anybody who has the Xfinity car, that's, like, if I saw you online with the Xfinity car, I would, like, I just know that you're not, that your morals are definitely much more, black than mine. I'm not gonna say gray, I'm gonna say, just dark. Very dark. You're willing to do anything in order to get a cart. Like, that's what it comes down to. And I joke, but honestly, like, what would compel someone to change their internet service? Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, the game is excellent. It still has some. Honestly, like, there are some things that even my sister has criticized, and I agree with her, that the game kind of didn't iron out all the... It's not completely ironed out, where, like, say, like, when you're playing Sewer Speedway, and the half-pipe doesn't really control, like, a half-pipe like it used to in the original. That's kind of disappointing, because that used to be a really fun kind of novelty to that map. I remember I used to play that map, and it used to be like a... Yeah, the online was kind of broken too. That too. As much content as they gave the online, they didn't maintain those servers well at all. But still, excellent game. One of the most important games for me.
When all lamps are lit, there is a secret in here that I will show you.
Oh, you will.
When all lamps are lit.
Bubba. Is this the final piranha thing? Nice. I still gotta be those dev times. Yeah, that's something I have not done yet. I did, you know, I platinumed the game. But yeah, I still have much to do. Let's go into this little area here. Is this Sheila? Come on in.
This swamp smells so sweet. The springtime trees are fragrant. I'm off to kick butt.
That's very poetic. But yeah, CTR Nitro Fuel, very excellent. I think in that year I put the most time into that game than any other game, which is very surprising to me. Especially since Red Dead 2 bled into 2019. Like, I remember when I did that whole PlayStation thing where you can like check how much time you put into your games. Like, that was one of like the leader. It was CTR Nitro Fuel.
We have the bombs here. We must destroy the egg cage. But we just go boom. Kangaroo can help. You can clear the path for us. Will Sheila help us?
Sorry, just passing through.
We will be waiting. When you return to help us, we shall bomb again.
We have the bombs here. We must destroy the
I think they say the same thing. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, it's bombing time. Here I come, my little eggs, to free you at last.
I think Spyro 3 is the one game where, oh, oops. I forgot to get to him. It's the one game where, like, there's multiple characters to talk to before a mission. Because they did that again with, what was it? With the seals in that one. Oh, he goes down there. Alright, I gotta remember that.
Ow! I went boom again. Big rocks can be kicked, they say. Mushrooms must be stomped.
Yes, yes. But yeah, I played on Kev Plays. I played a whole stream of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. You can get a lot more thoughts there. Definitely an important game. Definitely the most you're getting more content, new content than say Insane Trilogy or Reignited Trilogy in terms of yeah, and just in terms of new content. The game still plays great. They maintained every little nook and cranny in terms of like the reserve system and the shortcuts and everything. Like, everything's there. It all works. It looks beautiful. They added more quality of life stuff, like not being glued to one character if you want to play a certain driver style, like acceleration, speed, turning, handling, or whatever. Excellent game. But, you know, very good for multiplayer too. Got your 4 players. My sister and I still play, like, it's still one of our go-to games to play multiplayer with. But yeah, it is, honestly, I think it's better than, I always thought CTR, the original, is better than Mario Kart 64. And also, I think CTR Nitro Fuel is kind of like, I mean, I haven't played every kart racer, but I want to say it is pretty much leading the pack when it comes to even modern kart racers. So yes, excellent. One of the best games that came out of that year. Another game, so the next game that it's not quite in the front runner of best games, of the best games here, but it sure is a good game. That is Days Gone by Ben Studio. Yeah, Ben Studio, right? Where's this guy go? Oh god, oh god, oh god, kick it! Forgetting where he goes? No! Okay, got him. Is he coming back? He is, that bastard. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, that's the one. Alright. This is gonna take some trial and error.
Ow! I went boom again. Big rocks can be kicked, they say. Mushrooms must be stomped.
I do have the Mario Kart Wii for the Wii, but I barely ever play the Wii. Especially with the Wii controllers, I feel like I need to get better controllers. I can't play with those Wii controllers, but yeah, CTR is definitely the best. Days Gone though. What was I gonna say? It's a, I feel like Bend Studio got a bad, didn't get the a fair shake when they started out. The reviews kind of came in kind of iffy because Sony didn't give them a chance to get their day one patch in time, because they were sending early review copies to all like the media outlets. So everyone kind of just like reviewed it badly, and the version I played at retail was better than what they were describing, which is a shame. It's not like compared to say like Uncharted 4, God of War, or Horizon Zero Dawn. I think the story was a little, what do you say? Sometimes it was a little on the nose a bit. Not so much on the nose, but like Deacon's dialogue was a little strange sometimes. He was always screaming, even though he's supposed to be like being quiet when he's stealthing around in a zombie apocalypse. But I enjoyed the story for what it is. I still think it's a very good game. Sorry, I was just trying to concentrate with that part. Peggy.
One egg cage remains. Will you now help my brother to free the last egg?
Not yet. Or should I?
Egg cage remains.
If you clear my path, I can blow up the egg cage. Poor captive eggs.
All right, so before we even get into this, because I feel like my mind needs to concentrate on this as I talk. But yeah. So Days Gone, what I liked about it was, I like how the motorcycle was kind of like a kind of a different character. You had to maintain your motorcycle, needed to gas it up. You needed to like that was very interesting, especially for an open world zombie game. Because I know the whole zombie genre is overdone at this point. It was already a very big risk to come out with this game, very close to The Last of Us 2 releasing, and especially with The Last of Us's popularity, like the original game, and there's so many other zombie mutant games or whatever. But Days Gone was unique in that it was an open world game which I never played an open world game for the zombie genre. The whole motorcycle aspect was unique. The setting was nice. I like that. I think it's was it like Oregon? Well, it's like the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, that's what it is. Which is a setting you don't usually see in video games. I played a little bit of Days Gone. I've never finished it. It's a very long game. It gets a little longer towards the end. But honestly, it's a game. I remember when I was playing it, I was like, for the story's sake, I could see what they're doing here. There's themes here that are making me think, and they are engaging me on a certain level that I wasn't expecting it to. And I just like the whole kind of like the gang motorcycle thing. Even though like the motorcycle, like having a loud motorcycle kind of like conflicts with the whole idea that we're in like a zombie apocalypse where like they'll hear you. But I kind of like the kind of just like how the game kind of just doesn't take itself too seriously. It's still it takes itself seriously to a degree, but it doesn't. It's more about the fun of it, the more about the I guess Deacon as a character, Deacon St. John, he doesn't care if his motorcycle is too loud in a zombie apocalypse. He doesn't want to live in fear, which made the game a little bit more unique tonally, I guess. But yeah, Days Gone was a game I platinumed. I had a lot of fun with that. When it did come out, I did experience some bugs. I remember there was a bug where I couldn't complete the mission because like the whole like camp that I was supposed to be arriving at just didn't exist. like it completely just vanished off the face of the earth. And then like I had to replay it and then get it to like kind of pop in. But that was like the only bad glitch, and I think they patched it up after that. I remember I was actually talking on Twitter to like the creative directors and Ben Studio and seeing if they can like get this fixed. And honestly, the same thing happened to me with Horizon Zero Dawn. So I didn't think it was an egregious thing. It definitely wasn't like a Cyberpunk situation where the game was just a buggy mess. It had like a couple of bugs that might get in the way of your progress. But everything was all worked out in the end. So, and in the end, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed. Oh, and plus the hordes. That's the most unique thing about it, is that it's not just a zombie game, but you're playing against, like, when you go into like the horde modes and you go against like all these like enemies on screen at once just chasing you, and there's kind of like a layers and layers of gameplay of what you can do in order to combat that. That was probably one of the coolest things about that game. It's a shame that the game didn't get kind of like a sequel, I guess, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And honestly, I like, without saying any spoilers, the end kind of feels like they were sequel baiting too much to me. With a kind of like a very absurd thing that happens. But you know what? I think the game. I'm looking forward to what Ben Studio does next, because I never played any games from them. They did work on Uncharted Golden Abysses, which is the one Uncharted game I've never played. So they've definitely been part of the PlayStation family for a while, but they just haven't put out too much stuff on console that I played. I know they did Siphon Filter, which is a game I just never played either, which is a big stealth game at the time. But yeah. Let's help, oh.
We will be waiting when you return.
Actually, yeah.
You clear my path? Yes, it's bombing.
See if I can get this guy. But yeah, Days Gone, good game, but not the best game out of 2019. Oh no! Okay, so he doesn't go to that mushroom. He's not gonna go down, I know that. Nope. He's coming to this one. Okay, he's not going to that. God, oh god. Where's he going? The left one, okay. They made Bubsy 3D. Oh, did they?
Big rocks can be kicked, they say. Mushrooms must be stomped.
That's another game I did not play, was Bubsy.
Yes, it's bombing time.
So these last two games are the Game of the Year contenders, without a doubt. Oops. I keep forgetting that he doesn't go to these. He's gonna miss this one completely, I think. And then he's gonna go for this mushroom here. And then I think he's gonna go around. I don't think he's gonna do the fake out. Let's look at that rock out of the way. I think he's gonna come back. Maybe to this one? Nope. The middle one. And then the left one? No, the middle one again? I don't know why they put that big one there. Nice. Michelle.
The eggs are all free. 2 dragons are born today. Sheila's my hero.
Cool. I feel like this big mushroom is a big psych out, because they try to. There's supposed to be a gated gem, purple gem, and I think they try to fake you out by like going this way. But I always remember now that it's this area here, and it's actually more obvious in the Reignited Trilogy here. But because the other in the PS1 version, this is just a blank wall, but this is a breakable wall. And there... Oh, I guess the gem I got. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's just get some gems. And yeah, so these next two games are Game of the Year contenders. They can go either way, but I definitely have one that I think is more deserving. I'll go with the... So, one of the games was a game that came out on PS4, but I chose to wait till PS5 to get it because I heard that there was some problems with the game on PS4. It's like from a lot of people on the internet saying that it's kind of like a PS5 game that was made for PS4 and should have been more on PS5 anyway. And that is Control by Remedy. Or, yeah, Remedy, right? Yeah. This is a game that was on my radar for a while. I remember seeing the trailer at, like, I think it was like maybe an E3 or some type of game showcase, and it intrigued me at the time. But then it was up for Game of the Year. And at the Game Awards, and I think it won. I can't remember, but I know it was one of the contenders. So this was a game I want to check out. I remember one of the things that hooked me was that like one reviewer said that it's a mix between Twin Peaks and kind of Metal Gear Solid. And that's something that intrigued me. And I would say yes. Control. Oh, Sekiro won Game of the Year. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, Control I think was one of like the contenders. But yes. Control. What was I gonna say? It was very interesting in that it felt like it really is a mysterious game. It has this like tone to it that does feel like it's made from David Lynch, where you're not getting all the answers all at once or at all, and it's a little coy in for my taste, where I feel like a lot of the weirdness and kind of like strangeness of the game, there was kind of like strange for the sake of strange in that game that I feel like they were capitalizing on more for like less for like I don't know, it's weird. Like that's the one game where like if you get like readable collectibles or whatever, like you get like these transcripts or whatever from like the Office, like kind of like Office documents, and which had like redacted words and all that. And I remember I was trying to read them all, and then I realized there's like a million of them in the game, like to the point where it's like silly to try to like read everything. It is good. Yes, Control is a game that is a must-play game without a doubt. And the ending of that game, like it's like, I guess is the best way to explain it. I don't know exactly what the hell happened in this story a lot of the time, but I felt the journey of it. I felt the weirdness of it, and there was a strange payoff at the end that somehow made me feel like it was all worth it, even though I didn't understand. Like, even though like the game was very, very cryptic and strange, it somehow made me feel like the journey was worth it in the end, I guess. And plus the gameplay itself, the gameplay controls so well. Like, it's so satisfying, just like in God of War 2018 with like the Leviathan axe, like whenever you like summon it back or whatever. Control has this like it has like destructible environments, and like you're using like whatever you can to like pull, like you can throw objects around at will, and everything just goes like everything's destructible, and anything you can literally use any object around the world to like throw around. And like when you start getting that skill tree going, you feel like you feel like unstoppable pretty much. But yeah, it's just so satisfying to throw like all this like massive debris into your enemies while still having a gun that is kind of a strange gun, because it's kind of like a morphing gun that can morph into different types of guns or whatever. It's very strange, and then there's also, it's just very strange too, where like you'll end up like in other dimensions and stuff. It's very, very cool. Very good acting by, I think her name is Jessie Fatum, who's like the protagonist.
When all lamps are lit, there is
I have to get that lamp still. I think there's a lamp over here. Let's see. That's 3. But yeah, excellent game. I got it for the PS5, the Ultimate Edition, which came with some DLC. It actually is kind of like, it shares like a canonical universe with Alan Wake, which is a game I've never played before. Oh, this is a ladder. I thought this was a bridge that I needed. Okay, here we are. But yeah, it's very excellent. It has a cast of characters too that are very interesting and you want to learn more about as it goes. But yeah, the final game though that honestly I think is my game of the year, that is Death Stranding, because it's it's my first entry into kind of Hideo Kojima kind of like world. I've never played any Metal Gear Solid games, which is something I'm ashamed to admit. Is that I plan to get like the Legacy Collection of Metal Gear Solid soon, but Death Stranding was a game that surprised me because at first, like, the story was very interesting. The gameplay when you first start was like it was like a complete like cultural shock to me because it was a completely different type of game that I've ever played. Being kind of like this like delivery simulator type game, but having these absurd, surreal, kind of like unique traits to it that makes it interesting. Where like you're in this like interdimensional, you have to like be quiet against these like interdimensional beings, and you're you have like your health system is like you're like tied to like a baby in like a jar. It's so strange, it's so trippy. But after a while, the delivery gameplay, like the story is great. There was a part in the story where I teared up because the performance was so wild to me. Like, and I won't say what that is, but it's just like Norman Reedus did an excellent job in this game. Guillermo del Toro, Margaret Qualley. Excellent work by all of them in this game. Story is excellent. The gameplay started to really grow on me post-story, because then you start to get all these like the more you start to play, the more capable you are in the world. Kind of like, you know, like any other game, like where you have a skill tree. But like I started to I'm still in the midst of trying to go for the platinum. Which, by the way, the 3 other games I mentioned, CTR, Nitro Fuel, Days Gone, and Control, I got the platinum for. But this game I still did not get the platinum for. It's definitely a much more difficult one. But I'm starting to really get addicted to the gameplay, too. Where I'm building roads for other players. That's another thing about the game that's great, is that it's online. You can play it single player, offline, or online. But it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect, like, your... I mean, it does matter because, like... other players can build structures for you, and you can do the same for them, and you can kind of like give likes and all that. But that's like kind of like it's not like game changing to the point where, well, I mean, it is pretty game changing if you can get people to like help you with structures and stuff. But and it's probably more enjoyable to do it that way than offline. But it's just very satisfying to have an online game where you're not actually like you don't actually have to really deal with actual players, but you can kind of see where they've been and what they've done and how they've contributed to your game. But you don't have to worry about like trying to join a server with them or doing anything crazy where like a player can kind of like impede your progress. Like the whole game is basically or mainly built around the fact that you're all trying to help each other. It's about like making connections, and I like that. Like I like how they connected that theme with the gameplay. And honestly, like to me, just the game in general is just one big daring game, and I have to give my hat's off to it. Like, it really is something else. Okay, so I went through this one. I should go through this one, but I feel like I'd rather try to go for this egg first. If I can find it. Maybe if I go... Because there's an egg in a tree I need to get to. Maybe if I go this way. Oh, I can go this way. Cool. There we are. Oh, almost didn't make that one. But yeah, Death Stranding, I don't know how much I can really talk about it more that will kind of explain my love for it. But it's definitely a game still to this day, especially since they came out the PS5 DLC. There's a DLC where it's kind of like a Metal Gear Solid stealth thing, and there's more story to it, and they added more kind of features, more structures you can build, like a cannon that you can like catapult yourself into, like if you wanted to get across the map without, not like a fast travel thing, more of like a in-game fast travel where like you're actually doing it yourself. But it's kind of interesting. But yeah, and I just love how they merge like different like Sony's game IP into it. Like you can be walking and you'll see like a tall neck from Horizon Zero Dawn walking around in a hologram, or you'll see like God of War references or Naughty Dog references. It's interesting how they do that. I think I need to play it for myself because it just looks like for me it's more than that, because like say like I remember like I was looking into getting one of those games like Mud Runner or Snow Runner, which is kind of like a truck delivery simulator. And I remember reading the reviews saying like where people were comparing. They weren't comparing it to Death Stranding in that it was anything like Death Stranding, but someone made an interesting point saying that Death Stranding at least has like a unique world, and it's not just like you're delivering packages. But you're actually like doing more than, there's more layers to the game that are more strange and unique than just like, you know, driving a truck from point A to point B or whatever. There's a lot to that game that's so quirky and so Hideo Kojima that I'm very much like it grows on me the more I play it. And honestly, like I said, it's one of the games that I'll go back to, like Crash 4, where I'm willing to put more hours into it just to chip away at it, just to chip away at progress, because it's that the gameplay loop starts to get that addicting to me. I think next time we'll go into this little area. But yeah, Death Stranding for me, not just because of the performances, like the cinematic presentation of it, but the boldness of it, the fact that Hideo Kojima just. It's one thing that it's probably easier that he has all the star power and money and fanfare behind him that he can create any game he wants. But I'm glad he did this and didn't like, you know, just follow the, you know, kind of what's popular and what people are used to. I'm glad he gave us something new. Excellent performances, moving performances that will move you. The gameplay loop grows on you. The gameplay loop in Control is just as fun, but I feel like Death Stranding is more, like, just because of experimental nature of it, and kind of like the variety of like it, and just like how interesting and innovative it is, it gets more points for me. It gets more respect from me, I think. I mean, I still love Control. I don't want to say it's anything less, but there's something about Death Stranding that's just so much, it's so entertaining and so thoughtful, and I love the feeling it gives you. It kind of, you know, there's a lot of open world games and a lot of like, say, like, you know, there's a lot of games that, like, you know, really promote just like kill that enemy and move on, or whatever. I like how this is like different. You can kill people if you want, but there's kind of consequences to that. But or you can not kill anyone at all. I just love how there's so much freedom to do whatever you want to do, and it feels fun to connect the world together in the way it is. Also, Conan O'Brien makes a cameo in this, which I love, and also like Herman Hulst and a lot of like the Sony like CEOs or whatever. I don't think Jim Ryan's in it, thank God, but yeah, it's fun. So yeah, to recap, 1995 is Twisted Metal for Game of the Year. 1996 is Crash Bandicoot. 1997 is Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. 1998 is Spyro the Dragon. 1999 is Crash Team Racing. 2000 is Spyro Year of the Dragon. 2001 is Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. 2002 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. 2003 is The Simpsons Hit and Run. 2004 is Killzone. 2005 is Area 51. 2006 is Resistance: Fall of Man. 2007 is God of War 2. 2008 is Resistance 2. 2009 is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. 2010 is God of War 3. 2011 is Killzone 3. 2012 is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. 2013 is The Last of Us. 2014 is South Park: The Stick of Truth. 2015 is MLB 15 The Show. 2016 is Uncharted 4: Thief's End. 2017 is Horizon Zero Dawn. And 2018 is God of War. And then 2019 is Death Stranding, which is, you know, another good year for games. Honestly, like I said, ever since Uncharted 4 came out in 2016, the years after, like, following have been knocking it out of the park with, like, you know, 2017, 18, 19, and then 2020 is going to be the same thing. So we'll get into that next time. But for now, we did a bunch of the Spooky Swamp. How much are we looking at here? 460 out of 500, and we have, oh yeah, so we have to defeat Sleepyhead. That'll be next time. We got the skill point here too. Alright, so, and there should be some, oh yeah, we have to find that key for the chest. Honestly, I think I know where that key is now that I'm thinking about it. I think it's in the trees somewhere, which is, I should have been paying attention where that egg was. I think it's like another turn is where the key would be. Okay. But yeah, that's it for now. Pelpa Pig, it's been a pleasure. Anyone out there who wants to take it upon themselves to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. Yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. I can't wait for your 2020 games. It looks like it's going to be tough. Honestly, it's going to be tough, not only because there's so many great games, but there's so many games. I think 2020 might be the most I have for games in a while. Like, probably it's like one of the front runners of like a lot of games, like a handful, and so many great ones. It's really gonna be hard for me. But yeah, we'll call it there. Everyone out there, have a good one. I'll catch you guys later. Catch you next time. Peace out.